Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. This is Hybrid Plus channel, and in this video I want to talk about different type of the gearbox operation. Actually it's a brief explanation. First of all, it's synchronized mesh gearbox, that if you can see there is a counter shaft which all the gear will mount on the counter shaft. Then I have front bearing that is connected to the input shaft, then input shaft is connected to the engine crankshaft. We have reverse idle, or that means common name it will be the reverse gear. We have output shaft. On the output shaft there is a needle bearing, there is a splines which synchronize hub and the synchronized sleeve which will mount on it. And then we have shift rail, shift fork, blocking ring, and gear duct teeth. This type of the gear, it has a two type of different cuts. One of them is the helical cut and the second one is the straight cut. If you see at the left side of the slide, there is a photo of the different type of the cut. The main difference and advantage between the helical and the straight cut is that the helical cut, it has more contact surface, so it will produce more torque when there is more surface, and less corrosion, also less vibration because of the design of the teeth for the gear. Then if you see, we have blocking ring. Blocking ring actually is the synchronizer. It will attach to the gear synchronizer because it moves on the needle bearing, and the blocking ring, it connects to the gear. So the gear and the synchronizer, they have different speed. So what will happen in this situation? The blocking ring, it will manage and it will be same the speed of the blocker ring and the synchronizer. It will match the speed of them. The second one is the constant mesh gearbox. Same, the synchronizer mesh gearbox, it has a helical cut. Then we have dog clutch, we have reverse gear, main shaft, then counter shaft. Same, the synchronizer, all the gear will mount on the counter shaft. And at the fourth gear, it's one of the main difference. At the fourth gear, if you see the dog clutch and there is a black lines, small lines, it will attach to the clutch shaft. So the power, it will transfer direct. So in the fourth gear, it's a direct drive. And totally it has a 5 gear. 5 gear with the reverse gear. So 1, 2, 3, 4 forward, and 1 is for the reverse. There is not more than this, and it has a less components according to the synchronizer if you want to compare. There is a AT, automatic transmission. Automatic transmission, it has a torque converter, which is one of the main components in this new generation of the vehicles. And this type of the gearbox, it has 5 or 6 clutch. It depends on the combination and the amount of the gear. If there is more gear, so for sure the amount of the clutch will increase. But the mandatory thing is that for each gear, 2 clutch it will engage. For example, for the first gear, this first gear and the fifth gear, it will engage because of to control the flow of power. And for the gear shifter, it's P, R, N, D, L or S. So you can manage it manually also. We have AMT, automatic manual transmission. This type of the gearbox, it has power loss. How? When you press the gas pedal and you increase the speed, when it want to shift from third gear to the fourth gear, so between them you will sense that your vehicle is changing the gear, and in that moment the RPM and the speed of your car, it will become just a little bit less than what is it. So for example, if it's on 3000 RPM, it will be 2700. So that's why it's a power loss. We have CVT, continuously variable transmission. It has 2 pulley. So with the different size of the pulley, the gear, it won't change actually, but you sense that the gear is changing, but it won't change. The speed, it will increase rapidly and directly. And we have DCT, dual clutch transmission. There is SMG and DSG. According to the companies, it has a different name. SMG, the BMW is using SMG. Okay, according to the operation, it has 2 main shafts. For each shaft there is a 1 clutch attached to it. For the first shaft there is a gear number 135 and the second shaft 246. These gears will mount on them, and each shaft they will actuate separately. In this type of the gearbox there is not a power loss. For example, if you want to shift from the second to the third gear, what will happen? Before the third gear will engage, actually the clutch it engaged. That's why. So for example, when you are driving your car at the second gear, in that moment the third gear also it will engage because of the two type of the clutch that it has. Then there is the IMTs, the newest generation of the gearboxes for the manual, actually intelligent manual transmission. For this type of the gearbox, when you put hand on the gear shifter, in that time with the help of the sensor your vehicle it will disengage, and then when you remove your hand the clutch will engage. So it depends. If you put your hand on it from the third gear to the fifth gear or to the fourth gear, it will disengage, and when you remove your hand it will engage automatically with the help of sensor, solenoid or actuators. It depends. Thank you for watching my video, and if you like the video please subscribe my channel and press the bell button.